Hi everybody. We just got this in. We love Paul Reed Smith. I've known Paul Smith for a long time. Ever since the factory first opened, I met Paul Smith in Chicago, and we keep bumping into each other. We have a lot of mutual friends, and was just recently in contact with Paul about the state of the market and guitars, and there's probably nobody more focused, an owner of a company that is more focused on his guitars than Paul Reed Smith. Mr. Fender is gone, long gone. There is no Mr. Gibson, and kind of never was. Even the guys at Collings, Bill Collings passed away, but we have Paul Reed Smith, and Paul Reed Smith is the figurehead of the company, who started the company as a builder, as a designer, used to make great amplifiers. If you could get a hold of a Marshall amp designed or redesigned by Paul, he used to hot rod Marshalls, and they're still huge collector's items. So this is what we just got in today, a Hollowbody II. Now, Hollowbody II, we get this in, for obvious reasons, it's a much lighter weight. And this is a maple back and maple top, but this is a 10 top. Now, what does 10 top mean? 10 top, for those of you that don't know Paul Reed Smith as well, means there's no dry spots. Nowhere in the wood is a dry spot. And that's 1 in every 1,000 logs qualifies as a 10 top. It's really quite rare. And it's a disease in the tree. The trees that twist a lot will create this flame on that. But with a 10 top on these Hollowbody IIs, you get 2 10 tops. So not only do you get your 10 top, but you get a 10 back. And the way they're cut, it's fully hollow body. It's mahogany sides. There is a trestle brace in here, so there's a support for the bridge, but for the most part you could look inside here and see that it's hollow body. And then this kind of classic bridge design, it's kind of this gold and chrome look with the brushed chrome and gold, so you don't get your fingerprints on the chrome, and it just remains really clean. So a little bigger neck on this one. No tremolo, because it's a hollow body, and that's how they make them. We find a lot of guys like these for worship music because it does have a piezo pickup in there. So when it's down in this position, I'm going to give this just a little more juice. Right now I'm playing this through a Car Super B single 10 amplifier, and it is set down on the 2 watt setting. You can also flip it to 10 watts, but on 2 watts it goes from 0 to 2 watts. And here we are about halfway through. This is 1 watt. Very useful. And this is just the magnetic pickups in this position. So when this little tog is down, you have your regular neck pickup. Both pickups, and your bridge pickup. But in the upper position, you have just the piezo pickup here. So that sounds like an acoustic guitar. Now on this, just to demonstrate this, I'm going to turn off a lot of the gain on here and let you hear. You have a choice here of either putting a piezo out, so the piezo pickup would go to an acoustic amplifier, or this jack, which is a combined jack. Now with this jack, the combined jack, you have this switch, you can switch back and forth, all going to the same amp. Or if you have these both plugged in, the piezo will only go, so when you flick this up, it would go to your acoustic amplifier, set up for nice and clean, and then you put this down, and this would go to your electric amplifier. And let me set this real back up a little bit for a little more gain. In the middle position, this is kind of cool, this knob comes into play. And this is a blend knob, so it's either all acoustic, or it's all electric, or in between. That's a cool sound to be able to have both that crystally acoustic sound, and the electric sound is kind of neat. So these are a very, very useful tool if you do a variety of songs. If you're playing a variety of gigs, it's a really useful tool to have an acoustic guitar on hand all the time, easy on your hands. You don't have to switch, you don't have to wait, you don't have to everybody waiting for you to tune, because honestly these are much more stable. So they feedback less, they're more stable, and they sound like an acoustic guitar. It's very believable, especially when you use the stereo jack. Last thing I'm going to say here too is there's also underneath here a control so you can adjust the parameters of the acoustic sound and leave it there. It's not the kind of thing you want to monkey around with while on stage. It just gets too confusing. But you can preset the sound to your tastes and adjust the parameters, the EQ of the acoustic pickup. So the Hollowbody II with Piezo, and I think one of the really cool colors, especially when you get this in a 10 top like this is, and this is a charcoal cherry burst, and I needn't explain to you guys, because you're smart, why they would call it that. But this just came in. Paul makes only guitars of excellence, and this is certainly just an amazing guitar. Now, I keep these guitars in cases behind the counter. So if you'd like to see it, and you come in and you look around like, where's the Paul Reed Smiths? We keep them out of harm's way. Just ask, make an appointment, and come in and see this. We can even hook it up with 2 amps so you can see that, and you can use that to your benefit. On that note, I'm going to let you admire the back and say au revoir.